Good morning, everybody. This is Rich at River and Adventure Designs. I'm here today to show you how to replace the internal ultrafiltration membrane cartridge in your PYURIFI water filter. You'll need to do this occasionally. I say about 1,000 gallons, but really it's going to depend on how often you're back flushing and and what kind of water you're passing through the unit. Once you notice that the back flush procedure doesn't help to improve flow, then that's a good signal that you're going to need to replace your water filter. To do that, you're going to need to get the replacement cartridge from the website. This is a 0.1 micron ultrafiltration membrane. It's specially sized to fit inside of the PYURIFI unit, so I can't guarantee that any other cartridge is going to fit. So I would recommend that you buy these from the website. You'll need a number 1 Phillips head screwdriver and a standard flathead screwdriver. Plus, if you're over 40 like me, you're going to need probably some reading glasses. It's pretty straightforward. We'll get into it in more detail here in a second, but you take off the 4 screws here. This slides out. There's another screw that you need to take out. Then you access the filter, replace the filter, and then put it all back together after you do a quick inspection. So let's get into it. Okay, we're going to start by removing these 4 screws. You just need to be backed out all the way. You don't have to remove them from the case. After you're done with that, you're going to move the case and then just start pulling like this. Sometimes it gets a little stuck. You need to kind of push it like that, but usually it's it'll slide out pretty easily. Just be gentle here. Don't pull it all the way out, because as you see right here, there's a wire that's connected to the case and the UV unit. That's to keep the driver cool. So we don't want to pull that too hard. So at this point, we're going to flip it over. And what you see here is a little circuit board. There's a fuse, so if you ever have an issue there, there's a fuse there that could go out. It shouldn't, but there's the battery. There is a screw right here that you're going to need to take out. Just remove that entirely. You flip the unit back over, and you slide it out enough that you can actually access this part, this piece here, and this piece here. Just to give you a little tour of what we're looking at here, this is the pump, this is the UV chamber, and this is the ultrafiltration membrane. At this point, this is loose here. You don't need to take it all the way off. What you're going to do is you're going to use your flathead screwdriver to push this fitting off, and then you're going to do the same up here on this side. You're going to push the fitting out like probably going to be a little water in there, but so this is the old spent filter. Get the new filter here. Something to notice here is that there is a, let's see if I can get it to show on the camera. There you go. There's an arrow right there. That is the direction of flow. Okay. And if you notice, the pumps here comes over to this T right here and then down into the filter. So the flow of water goes this way. So we want to align the arrow towards the bottom of the PYURIFI unit. Slide that into its little spot right here. just push that in there. These are great fittings because they're just a push to fit fitting, and it makes it super easy to change out. Okay, we're gonna flip this back over. And that's essentially the changing of the filter. Now we're just reassembling. You put this screw back in. Don't tighten that too much. These are these plastic parts can split if you go too far. If you do, just get a hold of me. I can send you a new one. This is a good time to kind of take a look and make sure that everything looks okay in here. There's not a lot for it to go wrong, but it's also a good time to test your UV light to make sure that it's running. But we're going to turn the unit on, and you can see the light come on there. It might not show up in the video, but if there's a slightly purple light coming through the lid of the of that UV purifier, it's working. You can also take this into a super dark room and turn on the unit, and you'll see a light, a faint light coming out of this, and that's the UV LED is working away. So to get this back in, you want to align the bits here. Make sure that they're all the way to the very bottom of this area here, and then this is tight to the case. And then at that point, you just slide it back together. You want to go kind of slow. Make sure you're not trapping any wires on the top of the unit there. And then it just comes back together. At that point, you screw it back together. And there you go. You've replaced your filter. There is one wrinkle that I wanted to share with you. If you have a unit, its case number is 1 to 10. See, this one's 4. You're going to need to take one extra step. And that step is you're going to need to take this off first. And this is just taking the bottom of the case off. And the reason is that after Unit 10, I made some improvements to the inside and made a little more room for the UV driver in there. So you see that. And what you want to do is, as soon as you've got that off, you're going to take this and unclip the wires from the bottom of the unit, of the UV unit there. And the reason for this is that there's just not enough slack on those early units to allow you to slide it all the way out. So you got to do this first, then take out the rest of the, then take out the rest of the screws. And beyond that, it's essentially the same. That's the only difference there. Thanks for taking a look. Hopefully fairly simple. If you have any issues at all, just drop me a line. It's rich@riverandadventuredesigns.com. I hope you're enjoying your PYURIFI unit, and please tell your friends about it. Thanks.